Going to give you three of the best AI stocks that you should look to buy and hold forever. All three of them are in different sectors of AI. Some big names here. But I want to stress that these are not the only three, right? I'm a big believer in that you need to have a very good, diversified AI and tech portfolio. By the way, own stocks outside of tech and AI. Own some crypto. I've got a crypto channel, by the way. Own, other assets, mutual funds, bonds, so forth. But I do want to talk about, I do like these three AI stocks. I own all of these, and going to give you some reasons for why I think that these are all a good long-term AI stock buy and hold pick. And we're going to get into that right now. Okay, so with that, let's take a look. So the company that I want to talk about first is Palantir. Now, Palantir is, in my opinion, synonymous with AI. One of the old guard company as it relates to AI. Been around for a while now. They are in the business to solve some of the most complicated problems for companies and the U.S. government. Its artificial intelligence program called AIP goes deeper than offerings of many rival AI providers by analyzing an organization's web of data, detecting patterns, and making sense of it. It's turning AI into actionable insights that can save companies real money. A lot of people equate Palantir with an AI company that really, really is associated with the government, but they are and have been providing solutions for pretty much almost all major businesses across a host of industries, including airlines, space, shipbuilding, insurance, healthcare, telecom, automotive, you name it. They've got other clients. And I really want to stress that, right? It's one of those situations where you need to understand that they are more than just a major supplier to the U.S. government, which is really where they essentially got famous. And quite frankly, by delivering with AIP, their artificial intelligence platform, real actionable AI data that has just been astounding. Okay. So the value that Palantir offers organizations is really reflected in its accelerated growth. 2 years ago, commercial revenue growth was growing by 40% year over year, which quite frankly was really, really great before the advent of AI. And now in the first quarter of 2026, it's grown over 133%. Okay. Their valuation associated with price to earnings is high, but remember, we're talking about buying and holding AI stocks really essentially for the next, forever, which if you would, give me some grace here, maybe 5 to 10 years plus again, as we kind of roll out. Okay. One trend benefiting Palantir is the falling cost of using AI. Their CTO said on the first quarter earnings call, quote, "As inference AI gets cheaper, the number of tasks that you can economically assign to AI grows exponentially," which is really interesting. And AI is simply going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And managing that data and managing it and putting it into, a platform that gives actionable, insightful data to the government, to companies that are strategic in nature is a big, big deal. Okay. Now, if their top line growth were to slow, as we see over the next few years, the stock would take a hit. That it certainly would. But I think if you take a look at kind of where we're at, if we look at year to date, here's your year to date numbers. Kind of started at the beginning at 174, trading at 142. So right now, it's down for year to date as far as a percentage of that. Okay, so I always think of that as a discount, right? Last month started at 146 and basically trading at 142 right now. Okay, so Palantir is one that great buy and hold for a long time. Next one, let's move on to number 2. That is CrowdStrike. So CrowdStrike is in the cybersecurity space. As AI spreads to the economy, cybersecurity threats go more sophisticated, and stopping them becomes a bigger challenge. Okay, that should drive more spending on cybersecurity. CrowdStrike has been a leader in the market for years and consistently delivered high revenue growth and profitability. They have a cloud-based platform that protects companies across employees' devices and cloud computing environment. Recurring revenue, annual recurring revenue is $5.2 billion recurring revenue. In fiscal 2026, up 24% year over year. It also generated $1.2 billion in free cash flow. In December, CrowdStrike announced the launch of their Falcon AI detection and response, which should drive greater adoption of its solutions. During the company's fourth quarter earnings, the CEO said, quote, AI is driving elevated demand for the Falcon platform as a key accelerant for our business. Remember, $5.2 billion in recurring revenue, and that's up 24% year over year, spinning off $1.2 billion in free cash flow. Cybersecurity is a competitive industry. It really is. And a lot of people won't talk about security as it relates to AI, which is why I really love CrowdStrike. Okay. I think that they are 100% essentially the leaders in the clubhouse, if you will, to use kind of a golf analogy, right? I just believe that this is something, that is significant. Okay. So it is a rapidly growing industry. CrowdStrike is one of the best stocks considered within it. It offers balanced revenue and free cash flow growth. Company expects annual recurring revenue to grow roughly fourfold to $20 billion over the next 10 years. This is the look of a market-beating investment. If we look at the year to date, again, significant, 456 to 768, looking really, really pretty good as far as, obviously, very good as far as percentage gain on a year-to-date basis. And if you kind of take a look at Palantir, it was beat up, but that's okay. Remember, looking at this from a long-term buy and hold standpoint. The third and final company, Alphabet, Google. You can't really talk about this. Look, it is one of the hyperscalers, right? We've got Google, we've got Meta, we've got Amazon, Microsoft, et cetera. And I think that you have to consider what it is that Alphabet does and the ecosystems that they own, the ecosystems that they're playing in, their own mobile device, their own operating system. Obviously, we all know who Google is. We know all the different properties, the things that they own. But from an AI standpoint, deploying Gemini AI, lots of different things. They're very, very key in the AI infrastructure play. And again, they're one of the hyperscalers. And I think that if you simply look at it from that standpoint, just it's a no-brainer. They have a strong ecosystem of services to monetize AI across consumer and enterprise cloud services. And not a lot of people talk about AI as it relates to consumer, right? We're doing the infrastructure build out right now and all that that's what mainly people are talking about, the chips, NVIDIA, memory, all of that. But Google is poised to bridge both sides of that, enterprise and consumer. And ultimately you will see AI deployed like agentic AI, AI agents on mobile devices, things of this nature, AI agents deployed to facilitate simple things like helping you buy on a e-commerce website and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So it has supercharged the company's growth. Total revenue of 20% year over year, $110 billion last quarter, $174 billion in trailing cash. Google continues to invest in moonshot opportunities like robo-taxis through its Waymo subsidiary, quantum computing chip, Willow, doing a lot. That's another thing. I mean, they have Waymo, they have quantum computing chip, Willow. This could add additional upside that is not priced into the stock. I just really think that this is a fantastic opportunity that sits within inside of obviously Alphabet. Now there's others that are out there, guys. We've talked about them. Again, I started the video and talking about the fact that these are not the only three. These are just three that I think should be bought and then stay in your portfolio for a long period of time. All right. That's how I look at this. Okay. So with that, I appreciate you giving me a few minutes, and I'll see you in the next video.